Good evening, sir.
Sit down.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Please introduce yourself.
So, my name is Anjali Kaur. I am from Barnala. I have done my law from Punjab University, Patiala, and this is my first attempt in Punjab Judicial Services.
What are your hobbies?
Sir, I like to cook and sing sometimes.
What are the qualities of a judge?
So, one should be able to feel the pain of other. The moment we feel the empathy towards other person, we are in a better condition to judge. And when we realize the obstacles faced by other person, then we tend to give the best decisions, because the evidence is the same which is going to come in front of every judge. It is the sense of opinion which matters, and so punctuality and so truthfulness, all these are mere qualifications. One should be a good person, sir, firstly.
What is quality of a good person?
So one should be truthful, one should be punctual, one should
Again, which we have already referred of the judge.
So one should be obedient, one should be able to follow.
Obedient?
Yes, sir.
To
So,
what?
so obedient to one's own principles, obedient to what is the set procedure, obedient to, sir, what is the set wayouts of doing things, sir, as a good person.
Should judge be a listener
Yes, sir, definitely.
or
One.
he should be talkative?
So one should be a good listener. And sir, talkative is not a quality, but one should speak whenever it is required, sir.
What prompted you to become a judge?
So actually, when I was in 10th standard, I came to know judiciary as a service. And then I started following my inclination towards judiciary only. And then I realized, sir, the noble profession deals with the grassroots in a very well manner. So I thought of being a part to judge both the sides and to give decisions.
Code includes rules, CPC.
Yes.
Are rules defined anyway?
Yes, sir, they are defined in definition clause of CPC.
Okay.
So I'm not able to bring out the exact subsection.
218.
Yes, it's 218
Okay.
CPC. Yes.
Now, who makes rules in CPC?
Sir, it's the High Court which makes rules in CPC, sir.
Does High Court make rules only for lower courts or for itself also?
So for both, for subordinate as well as its own procedures, sir.
Okay. Are there any other procedures which govern a High Court?
So there was one procedure called letter patent, which govern High Courts, sir.
Okay. What are letters patent?
Sir, they are in the form of various rules which are existing since independence, sir. Earlier, High Courts used to be governed by letter patents only, and nowadays the influence of letter patents, it's not that much, sir, but somehow we see various provisions.
What exactly is a letter patent?
So letter patent is a kind of power which is given by a queen during independence to High Courts, sir, because there was numerous high courts which were set up in pre-independence era, sir.
Which were the High Courts which were set up with the letters patent?
So they were Calcutta, Madras, and sir, I'm forgetting the Bombay High Court, Calcutta, Madras, and Bombay High Court.
Okay, okay. Does CPC overrule letters patent, or does letter patent overrule CPC?
Sir, I'm not sure, but if you allow me, may I derive the answer, sir?
Please.
So it's written in section 100A of CPC.
But that is regarding appeal.
Yes, sir.
There's only one provision.
Yes, sir. So
where only for appeal it will not apply.
Yes, sir. So I'm not sure about this question.
You know, what was the need of framing a new CRPC? We didn't frame a new CPC, but we have framed a new CRPC 73 code. What was the need for framing a new CRPC?
So there were certain drawbacks in the earlier CPC. I'm forgetting the number of the year, sir. For instance,
1898.
Yes, sir. Because we felt there should be separation of judiciary from executive, sir. And for that matter, we introduced one section 3. I'm not sure, but in CRPC, sir, there is a differentiation of both executive and judiciary.
Yes, section 3.
Yes.
Is there any dictate in the constitution that there must be a division of powers between judicial and executive?
Yes, sir. It's Article 50 of Indian
Directive
Constitution.
principle.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the best evidence rule?
So, best evidence rule is provided in section 64, 91, 92 and 134 of the...
What exactly is best evidence rule?
So, it constitutes of two things. First is qualitative and secondly it is quantitative, sir. In quantitative, we read section 134, which says that number of, it's the quality of evidence that matters and not quantity. And secondly, sir, in section 64, we read that documents are the best evidence, and 91, 92 bars any other evidence to be given to disprove any documentary evidence already established.
You use the word disprove. How is it different from not proved and proved?
So disprove is when something is put before court of law, but due to paucity of evidence, it is not proved. But sir, not proved is when the thing is taken before court of law, but as a reasonable person, we cannot conclude that the thing is to be taken as a proof.
What exactly, I mean, it's defined. All
Yes,
these
sir.
three are defined in
Yes, sir.
section 3. So, after considering all the matters before it,
Yes,
the
sir.
court considered it highly probable.
Yes.
Okay. You know, recently there was criminalization of triple talaq
Yes, sir.
by an act of the parliament.
Yes, sir.
Don't you think that it is against Article 25, my right to religion, my fundamental right to religion?
So decriminalization.
Yes. No, criminalization.
Criminalized.
Criminalization.
Okay, sir. So, as held by Honorable Supreme Court, it somewhere it already comes against of various articles provided in Indian Constitution, such as Article 14,
No,
21.
then why not criminalize talaq? Because all other Hindus, Parsis, Christians, they have to go through the statutory acts
Yes, sir.
of divorce.
Yes, sir.
Dissolution of marriages through statutes.
Yes, sir.
So then why not make talaq per se an offense?
So, talaq is a dictate of religion, and our Honorable Supreme Court, as a court being neutral, we cannot dictate upon religious matters of various
But then what
religions.
about this talaq act, triple talaq act?
So it is somewhere, it is given in a statute. So one has to firstly make a choice as whether to abide by it or not, because there is,
You mean to say that it is not mandatory?
no sir, it is mandatory.
It's an offense, 3 years punishable,
Yes, sir.
cognizable.
Yes, sir. So as per my limited knowledge, because it is a religious matter, so court cannot go
No,
against
it's not
it.
like this. See, basically, talaq is of 3 types.
Yes, sir.
Talaqul Hasan, Talaqul Ahsan, and Talaqul Biddat.
Yes, sir.
It is only Talaqul Biddat which has been criminalized,
Yes, sir.
not the Sunnah, Talaq Sunnah jo kehte hain.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. Okay, what is the difference between limitation and laches?
So limitation as a principle is already enshrined in a statute, which we read as Indian Limitation Act. But laches is a principle which is applicable so when not a set period is given in a statute, and laches is applied where the limitation period is not applicable, and courts abide by this rule in writs. Writs are there in Article 32 and 226. Court abide by this laches principles.
Okay.
Okay, so whether a child who's in conflict with law, in case the Juvenile Justice Board, after conducting a preliminary assessment, decides that this person is to be treated as an adult.
Yes, ma'am.
So, is he like to be considered as a de jure adult for the purposes of Juvenile Justice Act 2015?
My pardon, ma'am. Will you please repeat the question?
Sure. So, whether a child who's in conflict with law, if he's being treated as an adult
Yes, ma'am.
before the children's court, then in that situation, whether he's to be considered as a de jure adult for the purposes of Juvenile Justice Act 2015?
Ma'am, even after having an inquiry under Juvenile Justice Act, one has to be seen by applying 2 procedures. As far as I read the act, ma'am, there is whether it will be seen whether the summons trial will be applicable, or the other side, that is And whether the person would be sent to children court, there is a provision in juvenile justice, although I'm not sure about the answer, ma'am. But the child is not already considered as an adult to be set to conviction.
Okay, so is there any classification of offences under the Juvenile Justice Act 2015?
Ma'am, there is a 3 classification of offences. That is heinous offence, a serious offence, and ma'am, I think it is petty offences if I'm not wrong.
All right, can you elaborate serious offences?
I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm unable to recall it.
Okay, so as you know, Transfer of Property Act is not applicable in Punjab.
Yes, ma'am.
So how the rights and liabilities of the parties are being determined in case a house is situated in an urban area?
Ma'am, although we don't make Transfer of Property Act applicable in India, but we go by the rules of TPA to be made applicable in equity, justice, and good conscience. So we would make certain principles applicable over there, ma'am.
Okay, so would you like to hear the question once again? I think you need to. So the
Sure,
question is, Transfer of Property Act is not applicable in the state of Punjab.
Yes, ma'am.
So how do you determine the rights and obligations of the parties if a house is situated in an urban area?
Sorry, ma'am, I'm unable to recall it.
Okay. And could you please highlight that what is Bangalore Code of Judicial Conduct?
No, ma'am, I'm not.
Since
able
I think
to.
we started off this interview with this question that who is a good person and who is ultimately a good
Yes,
judge.
ma'am.
So I think that is going to support your answer if you know this. This is Bangalore Code of Judicial Conduct, basically the ethics which are supposed to be followed.
Sorry, ma'am, I have no idea about it.
Okay. That's all.
Okay, I think can 50.
Right, sir.
While we tell you your marks, let me just tell you what were the goods and bads.
Yes, sir.
Firstly, you were pleasant,
Yes.
you're confident, and you're fairly good working on knowledge of law. Of course, few questions doesn't matter. Of course, please brush up those questions.
Yes.
You're being the first candidate, I'm sure there must be a lot of butterflies in your stomach.
Yes.
But you held your ground very well. In fact, and the best part is we found you very pleasant. And हमें बैठा हुआ judge लग रहा है बैठा कि judge बैठा है. That's what I felt. So, but only thing is, in your introduction, you were not very crisp.
Yes, sir.
You let a lot of loose ends, and that is why we could question many things. I'll prefer that you keep it very crisp, to the
Yes.
point. I'm so and so, belong to so and so place, did my law in so and so time. That I think.
At certain places, your voice becomes low.
Yes, sir.
Pitch of your voice should be same all the time. Though you were very pleasant in your interview, it
Yes,
is
sir.
good of you. But it should be audible,
Yes, sir.
even if you don't know the answer. Because interview is not to know what you do not know.
Yes.
We simply want to know what you know. That is the
Yes.
only object. And it is a personality test. It is not a knowledge test.
Okay, sir.
You should be truthful, clear, sincere, and pleasant. Enjoy the interview as you were.
Yes, sir.
As rightly said, you were pleasant, no doubt about it. And I do understand that I do try to build up a pressure upon you. That is why your voice got lower and lower. So just maintain the pitch of your voice.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
what exactly Sir has said very rightly. And otherwise, I would say that be very confident in presenting the answers, whatever you're
Yes, ma'am.
trying to say. Show some confidence that you really believe in this.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think overall, you did well.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll go with 30.
We are marking you out of 150 marks. Okay? So in our view, you have got scored good with 95 out of 150. You have scored.
Thank you, sir.
And we are very bad markers because we are very stingy.
So
What can you say?
I need to work. So actually, I was quite dehydrated in between. So in the
Don't worry.
yes, sir.
You'll be a judge.
In the beginning, so my voice was wiggling a bit. And after
Relax.
that, it
Before
settled
you
down.
enter the interview,
Yes, sir.
Allah, you must take water.
Yes, sir.
And deep
That will
breaths.
give you.
So that I
Deep breath.
omitted to take. That is why. Yes.
पानी
Be
पी के आओ
careful.
और deep breath लो.
Yes, sir.
ऑक्सीजन जितना दिमाग में जाता है उतना फ्रेश होता है दवा का.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so
If
much.
you don't
Thank
know,
you.
it doesn't matter. You say I need to read it.
Yes, sir.
I'll go through it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.